Hey, sweetheart. Hope you're having a good day. I just got out of my last meeting of the day, so things are picking up for me. I still got some work to do, obviously, but no meetings is always a good time. Uh, we also, DATSCO has us some kind of learning platform, and that varies over time, but they got rid of one that we were using a couple of weeks ago, and they gave us a new one. This one's called Udemy. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Um, but it's got a bunch of stuff on there, and I'm kind of impressed with it. I've already signed up for a couple of courses I'm going through, and it's great because it's not like you sign up for a class like college where you have to attend or have things done at a certain time. It's pre-recorded lectures and assignments and things for you to go through at your own time. So whenever you feel like doing it, which is my kind of thing. Um, so that's exciting that I've got some new things I can learn and try to better myself. I do have a new question I figured we could look at today. This one's a better discussion, a little bit. Live without a dishwasher or without a microwave? I can tell you what my answer is. Um, you can always stand at the sink and wash dishes, but it's a lot more inconvenient when you got something you want to heat up that you got to, get different dishes out and put them in the oven or on the stove top or whatever. If I just want a cup of hot water, I can put it in the microwave instead of getting a pot out and putting it on the stove. So, yeah, I think I'd much rather do without a dishwasher. It's nice, but it's the less convenient of the two, I think. Uh, I've been reading in First Peter this morning, which is not a part of the Bible I spend a lot of time in traditionally. Um, Nothing against the books of Peter, it's just not where I've happened to land a lot of the time. But it was making me think about priorities a little bit because he's spending a lot of time talking. Oh, I thought I'd muted my computer. I did not. Um, he spends a fair amount of time talking about suffering for Christ and the trials we're going to go through and that type of thing. And you see that throughout the Bible. You're going to suffer for Christ. If you're following God, if you're doing the right thing, Satan's going to come after you, right? There's going to be attacks and trials, and you know, take up your cross and follow me. Like that's not a pretty picture of things are going to be rosy, right? But then you have other people who do the what people call the prosperity teachings. Not saying that God won't bless people, but they're very much focused on, you know, trust in God, believe in Him, and He's going to bless you with wealth and greatness and a huge house and whatever. And maybe I've missed something. I've never seen that in the Bible. I've seen God will bless you, and a lot of times, especially in the Old Testament, it's talking about with many days, right? And Job was faithful and got um, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Boy, words. You know what I'm trying to say. He got what he had taken away from him replaced. So, but like money, cars, huge houses, that's not something that I've ever seen as a biblical teaching. That's something that makes people feel good, people want. We're feeding into those desires that people have, which I feel like is distorting the message of the Bible to fit what people want to hear. But then also, what is being blessed? What does that mean? Because I've never seen where God's like, hey, how you determine how blessed you are is how much money you have, what's in your bank account. I've always thought of blessings more as what family do you have, what friends do you have, like what's in your life. Because as far as meeting needs, because money really is about meeting needs. Beyond that, it's extravagance and it makes you feel like you don't need God, right? For a lot of people, that's a struggle. I forget where I heard it. There was some group went on a mission trip, and I couldn't begin to tell you which country they were in, but they went in with the mindset of these people are really poor. they need some blessing in their life, right? And while they were there, the people told them, "We feel sorry for you Americans." They're like, "Why? We have so much more than you." And they said, "Exactly. You don't need God. And so you don't feel like you have to come to him every day, and that's a danger to your relationship with God." It's like, wow, that's just a totally different way of looking at it. But we see, in the Old Testament, food gets stretched out for days. 2 different times, Jesus took just enough for a couple people and fed thousands of people and had leftovers. So we don't necessarily have to have a huge number in the bank account for needs to be met. Obviously, we need to be responsible stewards with what we've been given. But if we're following God and doing our best to be responsible, keeping our priorities straight, I feel like he's going to take care of us. We may not have extras to go do wild and crazy things, but our needs will be met. What gives us the richness in life is who's in your life. If I've got Jacob, my dad, you, Livy, I feel like I'm doing great. And maybe those are the riches we're being blessed with. And if you're having that as your priority, it seems a lot easier, for me at least, to think about suffering for Christ and the trials and whatever, and not being focused on, I'm not making this much money, things aren't going great for me. And it's always easy to fall in that trap of comparing yourself to others. It's like, well, this person's making so much money, life must be so easy. But I'm making enough to get by, but I've got y'all in my life. I couldn't be happier. Alternatively, I could be making $600,000 a year and have nobody. How happy would I be? Money in and of itself does nothing for you. And if I felt like I could meet all my needs by myself, how urgent would I feel the need was to come to God every day and say, hey, I need you for what I've got. Even for what I do have, these relationships, I still, each day, God, thank you for what I have. Thank you for Mary. Protect this, bless this. Don't let anything come between us. Help us work through every issue that comes up, because that's the treasure here on earth I'm holding on to, right? So I've probably talked way too much about this. Sometimes in person, I can be kind of quiet. If you don't give me something to talk about, sometimes I don't know what to say, which I'm sure you've noticed. But I have the odd quality that when I'm by myself, once I come up on a topic, I just keep going, especially if I'm typing, which even in a text message you've seen, sometimes I can go overboard. I don't know why. By myself, I guess all the thoughts start coming out. There's no one there to stop me. I was going to try to do some kind of ASMR something at the end, but I feel like I've kept you enough at this point. I will tell you, I love you so much. I am so thankful for you, and I can't wait to see you later. Wednesdays are definitely my favorite day of the week. But anyway, I will talk to you later, and I love you. Bye.